Well, that was some nice epic music to bring us to the third week of WSBL in the morning. It is me, Darkness, by myself, joined by all of yous in chat. Like normal, going, Blast is tired of Uber. That is a great statement of the day. We get to see going through. Assuming we starting off on the 26th of January, I believe we will be going until Feb 7th. We can see our prime time games. We have Carolina, who are struggling, but probably doing a bit better than expectations, and Vegas, who are soaring in a nice cross-conference battle. Then we have Mexico City, one of those teams who are in a bit of a yikes situation, if you know what I mean. And Edinburgh, one of our expansion teams, we get to see their home court. So that should be a good day of basketball, good little day of everything, if you me. I say, let's get into some of the basketball action for the day. So yes, we are starting on the 26th. Most of the days, there's a few days of no games. Towards the end, it does get a bit heavy on the game, so you're just gonna have to stick with me. Games of note, we have the Volts playing the Wolves. Venom Sun Bears, though. 35-14 against 34-13. Sun Bears and Venom, two top teams in respective conferences, they get to go head to head today. We'll take a sim and have a look. Indiana pick up a nice cheeky win. Puerto Rico down Frankfurt, put them into a 500. Vancouver win that battle. New Jersey. Philly with a 2-0. Does that make 2 in a row for Philly? San Diego pick up a win. Mexico City upset Seattle. Blast is gonna be leaving this chat. Some very mixed and interesting results there. Indiana von Salana with a double-double, doing what he does best. Put on 39 points to 20, which, 19 points? What won them the game? They turned it around into that last quarter, winning by 13. 30 points for Sim God and 12 of 18 shooting, pretty impressive. A few double digits coming on from other players. South Beach, Miami Vice 5 for 5 with a double-double. 31 points from Kashmir and about 33% true shooting. And 18 points to the bench for Webb. Whoa, why am I here? Puerto Rico, or as they should be known from here on out, the Puerto Rice, as per the PPT team. 10-point victors, and probably a bit of an upset against the Falcons. Pretty much a slow start from Frankfurt and never really got going. Axel has been per the game 24 points. I shot pathetically, but still got 11 boards. Double-double coming in from Marcus Kane, and a double-double for Bogut off the bench. Frankfurt, we see double-double for Kirk with 11 points. Double-double for Virgin Tour with 15. Zach Mouse off the bench is actually their best shooter. They had the points, but many less free throws. Really costing Frankfurt this game, and second chance points at 22-10 in favor of Puerto Rice. Chat, you're disturbing me. No one's talked. Vancouver. Anyone in chat still talking? Aaron Baines. I wonder if anyone really knows the story of if anyone knows about Aaron Baines' injury and after the Olympics and how crazy that was. Nice, you know, when you have players impersonating doctors just to go visit him. That was good fun. Double-double for Baines. 19 points for Thomas. We got 5 players for Vancouver with double digits. No one else getting the double-double though. Singapore. Money double-double. 21 points for Thundermonk. 1 board short. Double-double. 11 and 16 for Miller and Ryder respectively. Shot around the same percentage, but the amount of extra shots coming in for Vancouver. Another extra 16, their second chance points 26-9. Vancouver were winning by as much as 29 at one point, so it did get lessened, but clear winners this game. New Jersey, Detroit. Let's hope Mabayo isn't in chat to see this. Missing Buckets, 25 points, playing of the game. Double for Bugsy Mo with 17 points, 10 boards. Simbalake with 15 off the bench. McBastable with 14 points. 8 assists for Fluke this game. Nice performance from him. Hendrick 5 off the bench. Pretty nice. Andy. But 6 turnovers for Timberlake. 10 O boards for Baines. Yeah, he kind of feasted. Detroit, what do we see? Both sides getting 10 points or over, besides Sunny, who had 2 of 12 shooting. And 13 boards for their rookie that I am not even going to try and announce his name. Ike Shingbarogu. I tried to pronounce it. Anyway, 11 points for Brent Ash in only 13 minutes. Was pretty effective shooting. Hope if only he played longer. Then we get to Philly v Lake Superior. Philly pretty convincing. Ronnie Butcher, 25 points, player of the game. 25 points also coming in for Buffalo. Both of them shooting almost 50%. First we see 11 boards for Air, 12 boards for Dion. Double for Duncan Dingle off the bench with 12 also provided by Kruger. Lake Superior, 12 points Buckets, 14 points O'Sullivan with a double, 11 points for Tibbins. Just not nearly as efficient on their shots. The second chance not landing. And pretty much that was the tail of the tape there. Mud City picking up the W against a very strong and hot Vegas Volts. Zamir Woods, player of the game, almost 50% shooting, 4 from 8 at the 3-point line. 45 points for him. Baby Yoda, quiet game, only 10 shots, 14 points with 7 turnovers. Yikes. But a positive plus minus, that's rare for him. 16 points for Allen with 10 coming off Doug Trio off the bench. Vegas, Brandon Brandowitz. Fire that well. Week 17, that's team high scorer. Contributions with 15 from Serge, 14 for Steele off the bench, and Herschel Andrews with a double, 10 boards, 12 boards, 10 points. Yoda looks like he had a nice quiet game there, Shu. Easing into the he doesn't like morning streams, so he's got to start slow. But Froby, he does not start slow into 2-point victors. Despite a late surge by Carolina. Kobe Bryant, 30 points. 9 of 20 shooting, but perfect at the free throw with 11 from 11. Contributions of 14 from Uther, 11 from Kennedy, 13 from Porter. 15 assists for Grothar. That is impressive by the young rookie guard. On the Carolina side, we see doubles coming for Habjorgen and Brooks, both picking up 10 boards, 12 and 13 points respectively. 21 points from Bashir. Assists not really there for Renouf like you probably hoped for. The bench not getting as much help done. Al Gringo, hope you enjoy your player of the game. Very hype indeed. And then we get to the biggest Shark loss when we haven't seen Blasoon in chat since, but it is in Mexico City beating the Seattle Orcas. Blas is hiding like their logo. Cecilia Solderberg, the carry and soul of this team, player of the game, 29 points, 17 boards. Double coming in for Ruby, 10 points, 10 boards respectively. Double for Crybaby with 10 assists and 13 points. Petrov tried to tank this game with 0 of 8 shooting, 0 of 7 from the 3-point line. And Cambridge is 4 of 10, Yoon is 15 points. It would be very interesting, Chaz, if he did like a championship belt thing. So every time a team beats Seattle, they have the championship, and they have it until they lose. It'd be really cool to track, because there'd be some really weird. I bet you there would be some weirdness. Just like the champ getting beaten by Mexico City. That is the 26th start. Then we get to the 27th. Singapore in another big matchup against the Matadors. Two very close expansion teams in Golden Unicorns and the Falcons. Admirals want to try and get to 500, whilst the Raiders are going up against Austin in some tough competition. So, let's start the January 27th stream. Gonna go for a 6-point win for South Beach. Madrid with an 11-point win over Singapore. Edinburgh giving Frankfurt a second loss of the night. Vegas getting a win over Detroit. Superior beat Austin after losing to weaker opponents. And San Diego beat New York. Up, South Beach defeating Porter Rice. Ulaanbaatar 17 points, 15 boards. Miami Vice going 7 from 7 with 14 points, so perfect shooting. Kashmir quiet, only 25% shooting, 19 points. 14 points from Davison on 5 of 9. Bench contributing nicely, 17 points, 15 boards for that Ulaanbaatar player of the game on 50% shooting. You look at the Porter Rice passion, and we see 18 points for Has Been on over 50%. Kane 20 points on about 50%. Takahashi just below with 13. Delphine though 2 of 15, and Baker 1 of 10, really letting the team down there. The bench unit 10 points from Michael Scott, not bad. Bogut getting 12 boards, 4 blocks with 3 steals, but not enough to get the team going. Despite having more shots attempted, they actually made less. Second chance points killing them. Madrid beating Singapore, a team to very much look out for. Shui Azui, player of the game with 34 points, shooting 15 of 22. Very efficient shooting there, even despite missing a lot from the 3-point line. The Worm 11, only 2 points, very quiet game from him. Turner playing up 26. Jones with 18, and Tex Legacy with 10 off the bench, with shout out for Celia getting 10 boards off the bench. Singapore, it's not like they shot poorly themselves at 41%, but they just did not get the job done. Madrid with that extra 16 points in the last quarter charged their way to victory. Thunderbunk with 42 points and 10 boards, 19 of 31 shooting, and a very impressive game whilst not able to get victory. Miller has 20 assists. I'm going to assume that's probably a season high. 20 assists. Holy. Let me write that one down to check. Miller 20 assists. What else do we see? Banks double coming off the bench with 16 boards, 14 points. Damn, Madrid firing. Talk about firing. Edinburgh win another game, defeating Frankfurt by 13 points. Again, another last quarter big surge there. They were down and ended up picking up 17 points. So it went from a tied game into favour of Edinburgh. Hayes Negrano, player of the game, at about 50% shooting, 15 points coming in from Bud, double, Fat Belly, 10 points, 11 assists. Burnson and John 117 both providing double digits off the bench. At Frankfurt, 15 boards for Kirk, 10 points Striker Jr., 12 points Virgin Tour, 25 is Digger, their main player. The bench, though, very much failing to do much, and can be seen that plus minus really what killed their chances of that game. Vegas, very strong 7-point victors over the Detroit Generals. Jerry Riggs, 23 points, is your player of the game on 6 of 16 shooting. Double for Andrews with 12 boards and 12 points respectively, while Surge is getting a nice 18 points to round out the starters, with still a nice handy 15 points with 3 steals, 2 blocks off the bench. 45% shooting, despite shooting less, just more efficient, also having 43 throw attempts. On the side of Detroit, 18 points for Claudiera, 14 points for Mabayo, 12 for Sani. Bench, lots of little single efforts. No one stuck their hand up to run this game for Detroit. No one was a general, and they haven't lost as a result. Lake Superior, after going down in a very poor game for them, pick it up against one of the top teams in Austin. Marcus Reeves, the second double-double with 29 points, 10 boards, with a block and an assist to be player of the game. Snake Tippins, Sloth, 1 of 7 with 9 assists. 5 turnovers, pretty poor game that you would hope to forget about. 16 points from Bucket and 14 points from Pezinas. Despite the low score and some very low point coming in for the team, you still shot at almost 50%. Austin, 14 points Donuts, 14 points Johnson, 20 points Gaither with a double-double because of his 13 rebounds. No one else functioned. Shooting sub 40 compared to 50%. Is it regulation size? Yes, but you're too small, that's the problem. I am going to believe it is Domel. I actually don't know who you are. Is that your actual username? I'm going to say it is, but we shall check. Unless maybe season 1. I feel like it's going to be the highest. Froby getting his second player of the game with 23 points, 8 of 16 shooting, so nice 50%. Andy 10 points from long type and 12 for a third, while Porter off the bench with a double-double with his 10 boards and 14 points, plus his 3 blocks. 41% shooting the team, while New York was sub 30. Past Rockman 37 points due to having 19 made free throws. And a block, 19 boards go to the defensive machine that is Baz with 6 steals and 6 blocks. Thompson, 1 of 10 shooting. Baker, 1 of 9 shooting. Only one player in double digits. Pretty much explains a dismal performance as a team for the New York. Which brings us to the 28th. What teams do we see? What's our big game of the day? Probably the Falcon Sting is your closest game. Everyone else has like a 500 against a top team or a middling against a poor team. Will Panama ever play? User playing on the 29th. Chess, do not worry. On the 28th, let's go. Lassoon being such a good GM. Carolina eager past New Jersey in an upset. Philly with an upset. That's 2 upsets. Frankfurt finally not having an upset win. Detroit make it 2-2. Vancouver over Mud City. Lake Superior. So we had 3 upsets and 3 wins. Jesus. Seattle is getting dunked on at the moment. Carolina Reapers winning 79-73 with a last quarter comeback, even though they're behind by 1 point. Simi pursued 22 points. Bjorgen with 11, Brooks with 12. But throughout the team, some okay bit of performances, just nothing really sticking out. Go to the side of New Jersey. So again, team of a middling performance, nothing really happening. 12 points for Bugsy Modes, 15 for Buckets, and it's a 20 for Basketball, the team high off the bench. Picking up also with a steal and 6 boards. Very even teams in that matchup. Philly, 3-point victors. They're on a bit of a charge here. I think there might be 2 or 3 in a row now. They've picked off both Seattle, Puerto Rico, and now Indiana. Yeah, 3 either back-to-back-to-back or win 3 out of 4 wins. Indiana were up by as much as 19, but that last quarter capitulation where they gave up a 13 points to Philly, get them the win, losing it by a 10-point lead. Ronnie Boucher, 24 points as your player of the game, 13 points coming in for Who's Here. Todd Dion being the man in the paint with 18 boards. Off the bench, Dingo and Kruger both getting double digits. Those extra free throws and extra little 3-point shots making the difference, while those teams are shooting almost exactly the same at 36%. Indiana 20 points, Maxwell von Selenar with a double-double, 13 boards, 14 points. Garlic is their team high and equal share on 24 points. But he wasn't as efficient to do it. Iverson going 0 from 6. Bench, not as much production. Brooks Square 11 points and not so good 13 boards. I feel like that's his name. Frankfurt getting the big dub over Southmead after losing their first 2 games of the sim. It's unusual for them. We're losing back to back. I say that with no evidence whatsoever, but I'm going with it. Virgin Tor, player of the game at 21.7 boards to go with his 2 blocks, an assist and a steal to get himself a bit of everything. Only playing 27 minutes as well, 66% shooting, double-double for George Gordon, 10 assists and 14 points. 14 points also coming in for Digler, whilst off the bench, Zach Mouse with 13. Not much else, nice 3 blocks going into Kirk, a team having 10 blocks. All bench players got a block. Nice. Blast blames me. Well, I just blame you for being a bad GM. What else is there to say, Blast? You're just a bad GM. South Beach, 17 boards coming in for Vice with a double-double for almost 12 points. JQ with 11 boards, 1 point shy of a double-double. Kashmir shooting below 33%, 26 points, 7 of 22. Whilst Ulaanbaatar has 12 points of 5-8 shooting. Maybe if Kashmir and Q didn't do as much shooting and gave it to the more efficient shooters, they could have had a chance. It just slipped away from them. Detroit getting a nice make-up, needing this win over Mexico City, coming into a 10-point win in the Detroit Arena. Ramazar, that is correct. He is a fake GM if I've ever seen one. Striker Mabayo, 21 points. That is your player of the game with the highest points for the Detroit Generals for 10 of 17 shooting. Very impressive. 14 points for Sally Nut and 10 points for Big Yoshi on only 14 minutes. Pretty low scoring. No one else getting above double digits for them. Also for Mexico City, Cecilia Soderberg getting double digits, 11 balls, 23 points. Petrov having a better game, a lot of shooting, 21 points, but then nothing much else happening. Crybaby, 13 assists, but 5 turnovers and 5 fouls. Bench, again, not really much. Yoon going 2 of 11, kind of showing the rough day they had. Palm has entered the chat. How are you, my friend? I cannot tell. Can you tell me what team and your player is, Palm? I'll make sure to keep an eye out for them. Trying to learn people, especially the Wraithless, that come by in the morning. Vancouver Venom are going up against the Mud City. 92 to 78. Yes, you are Jerry Riggs from the Las Vegas Vault to have some impressive games recently, and there's a lot more to come in this sim. You are 2-3 days away from a live game if you stick around, Palm. Dorian Thomas, player of the game with 19 points, 21 points for Kupanik on the same shooting as Thomas, but the extra 3 pointers. Thomas' 7 assists, 6 boards probably helped him to get player of the game. Double-double from Mew Fjord, 14 points, 13 boards. 15 points with 7 assists from Mahogany, whilst the bench, not too much happening, but they didn't let the game go. Mud City, Baby Yoda, 9 of 19, only 24 points, disappointing. Double-double for Yara, 12 boards, 10 points. And no one else getting double digits for Mud City. How's the weather? Darkness. It is kinda hot, because you know it's like, what is it? It is 2:30 AM and it is still freaking makes you sweat. Lake Superior in a big upset for Blast. 90 to 81 for Lake Superior. Seattle having a very big slump right now. Pensis from the bench getting to play the game at 21 points with 5 assists, 4 steals as well. And only playing 19 minutes because he got 5 fouls to his name. 17 points for Buckets, 14 points for Tippin, 16 for O'Sullivan, and 16 boards for O'Sullivan, 8 points. Nice spread effort, shooting 34%. Seattle shooting slightly better, but having less of possession since they had 20 compared to only 11 turnovers, plus the extra O board for Lake Superior. Seattle overrated. Seattle bad confirmed. I'm calling it here. We go to have new champions. Sure. Rams are 6-17 shooting, 14 points, 21 points for Kirkby. Selic on a very quiet game. Fitzgerald shooting sub 50% for 21 points. Bench very quiet. Nothing really taking place for them. Not much impact. Yeah, I mean, as streamer, I say yes, so that's what's going to happen. Do a quick save angle. This is a save angle. And then we get to the January 29th, one day away from our first live game. Quick 5 games. Player game of the day is gonna have to be that Sun Bears versus Austin, both sitting 34-15. Other notable games, we're gonna see Admirals and Wolves. They're very closely connected. Orcas are going against the Porto Rice Passion. That could be very big because they're on a bit of a slump. Puerto Rico trying to get themselves into a better standing for a playoff spot. We see Panama getting a nice win on their first performance. Austin take the big W over Singapore in emphatic fashion. Melt City beat San Diego whilst Anaheim continue their streak. Seattle get back to winning ways. I think, did we saw that glitch, we have to restart, right? Everyone saw that? Yeah, we can't let Seattle win. Yeah. I saw a glitch. I think we have to redo the game. Everyone else saw that? Yes? And what else? Baby, 29 points. We can see some nice points coming off the start line, but let's actually just get into the games. We have to take charity for Blast. Staten in the 20-point win for Panama, 88-68. It's player of the game, 22 points. 16 boards from the lot, 12 points for Boston Board, 22 or 10 or 17 for Staten. That's the player of the game. Nice performance there, picking up 2 steals as well. 12 points for Peter the Great, lost 15 points, 10 boards earned. Jetson, a double-double off the bench. New York, double-double for Rockman, 14 points for Price. Baz with 14 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. 10 points coming in for Veronica Baker. All starters with big negatives. Again, just not finding, not meshing is this New York team. Austin, nice big winners in a big game, 25 points. Blew them out in the first and second quarter and kept it up through the second half. Modberg Geyser, 26 points, 12 boards with 5 assists, 2 blocks and 2 steals. Is player of the game. Dunkin' Donuts, 15 points. Caleb Johnson, 16. Double-double for Geyser, as we have discussed. No one else got double digits, but 11 assists for Okoye, 10 boards for Cunningham, few blocks and other nice performances, keeping it to a 47% shooting while shooting more than Singapore. For the Singapore, Patrick Money, 11 boards, 15 points, nice double-double, 12 points buckets, 15 points for Thunderbank, and 15 points for Ryder. No one man stood out like you had it with Mudburn for Austin. Shooting 38% by no mean a bad game, but it is just a worse game compared to their opposition. Like, imagine the WSBL finals sponsored by Raisins. How about the WSBL finals sponsored by Jelly's Marble Race? Now that is what we need to see. Someone who is smart, make that happen. Mud City gets a win over San Diego after they lost last week, and by last week I mean yesterday. Baby Yoda returns to the player of the game circle with a double-double, 29 points, 11 boards, shooting 11 for 23, slightly under 50%, no 3-pointers, 5 turnovers, plus 11. Woods 50%, 20 points, 10 boards for Yawa, 10 assists for Rolf, and 16 points for Allen. Also off the bench, McKinley, 11 boards. Nice few handy points, okay shooting, but nothing spectacular. San Diego side, Froby 10 of 12, T2, 30 points, could not get enough done for the team. Growthwell 9 assists, 10 points respectively for Arthur and Kennedy, but taking way too many shots to get there. Their bench not doing enough. There's actually the extra 3-point percentage being a big game changer. 1 of 17 for San Diego, whilst 9 of 34 Mud City. You know, if it wasn't just by myself where I had to run my mouth for an hour and a half, I would go and just put like a raisin text just to show up like the top of the screen. Edinburgh Golden Unicorns 81-point winners over Ontario to 72. Nagado, player of the game with 21 points. He got 7 of 23 points. It's shooting, that's what, about 30%? 13 points for Stone, 11 for Fat Billy to go with his 8 assists. Of course, Nagado is our player of the game. 13 points for Bernstein off the bench. On the side of Ontario, double-double for Eric Richards, getting 15 points, team high score. Double-digit performance comes from Obama and from the great Carly. Both not getting either not enough shots in the case of Obama, but not enough efficiency. So whilst Edinburgh shoot is below 30%, their 3-pointers and free throws see them get the win. And then we get to the unfortunate game that is Seattle getting a win. Selic, player of the game with 37 points, 5 assists on 13 of 18 shooting. Went 10 for 13 3-pointers. Blast, what is his 3-point shot at? Has he got it to like 100 plus, where it's like a 30% shot? Like 10 of 13 is mad. What the hell? I'll be lucky if I shoot anywhere close to 25%. He just shot at 77%. That's just unnatural and should not be allowed. 15 points for Ramsar, 11 for Kirkby, 16 for Fitzgerald, 10 for Brown, 12 for Shrubber, and as a team they shot almost 57% as Blast and 64% 3-point shooting. What in the actual hell, Blast? Like, what? Porter Rice shooting only 80 points at 35%. Has been 19 points, 28 coming for Kane, 7 for Takahashi, disappointing. 13 points for Baker. Michael Scott getting 10 points. I think this is the part of the stream where I tell HO to make Stretch 5 actually good. But that's the thing, like, it wasn't as though we were too far behind. You go 12, 19, just kept going behind. 80 points, not a bad performance. Honestly, if you looked at the scorecard of Seattle, their shooting, you would have expected this to be a much bigger win. So, I'm going to take something out of it. But that brings us to the 30th and our live game. Carolina taking on Vegas. Big uphill battle coming for the Reapers. You get to see yourself in action. What other games? Any other big games? Big games. I guess Raiders, Matadors, big game. Falcons, Indiana. Sting needs some big wins to get back into it. Blackjack's hoping to maintain. Let's ride. New Jersey get that dub, continuing their form. Vancouver narrowly beat Philly. Lake Superior upset the Matadors. Frankfurt hold on by a point. San Diego 9 points over Mexico City. We sim. We get to the game. AI control for the Reapers. AI control for the Volps. See, it is Habjorgen and Bashir for the main scores of this Carolina team. The only one to score over 10 points per game. Vegas have both Jerry Riggs at close to 30, Radowitz and Urshels with respective 10.7 and 11.1. It's going to be a big game. Big power forward and small forward is going to be the battle here today. make sure sounds off because that's what we all want. So let's get ready for some basketball action. I've got my Spotify. Let's ride. Going to be one of those games where it seems very, very slow. So far tied here coming into the half. Vegas going in front from a Jerry Rig shot, who now gets a defensive layup and defensive board into a layup to put the team ahead by 4. Lots of warnings coming through. Jerry Rig already up to 10 points. Positive shooting. We see a platoon swap coming in here. Late into the first quarter. See if that can give Carolina some momentum. Okay, we need Dude Man just to remove my... I don't even understand what it's here for at this point. Like, seriously. Well, by the time this game is over, we might actually get to hear from El Gringo again. Las Vegas putting the foot down now with an 11-point lead. Slightly slowing down, the Sens now to 15 points. Riggs up to 12 points, so is Herschel Andrews. Herschel Andrews is slightly better shooting, 5 of 8 compared to Riggs 5 of 9. Shear's got 10 points, but he's also 3 of 12 shooting. No 3-pointers yet, both teams own 15 combined. Half-time report is 17 points, almost highest Jerry Riggs so far. Shooting percentage for Carolina 25 compared to 38, less second chance points. 3-pointers have been abysmal, free throw percentage less than 60 for Carolina. It's bleak at the moment. I'm going to need something special to turn this game around. we see Vegas still holding firm, 18-point leaders at the moment, coming towards the end of the third. We just see Riggs hitting a 31-point game, 15 of 25 shooting. I'm gonna just pause this game for a second. I need to kind of... What is the song? I'm just gonna do that. I mean, I've got to save these songs. This makes for epic like ISFL, super Ultimates music, and just super hype music for like playoffs of WSBL. Looks like I've probably got it into garbage time now. We're just waiting for this to be over and get us put out of our misery. There we go. Exit the game. Jerry Riggs with a 40-point banger on the board. 9 boards as well, so it doesn't hit the double-double. 42% shooting as a team. 18 of 28, someone can work out that percentage. 16 points coming in for Herschel Andrews, who does get a double-double. 16 points for Surge, double-double also for Steele. 12 points and 11 boards. Carolina, Bashir goes 16 points on sub 33% shooting. 14 points from Hal Bjorgen, 10 points from Felix, but he only plays 17 minutes. Not anyone else stepping up. Not as much shot, and also over 17 from 3-point land. They probably should have gave up on that. What was that noise? We'll get into the box scores. New Jersey, missing buckets is your player of the game. 29 points, 5 boards, and a nice 9-point win over South Beach. 12 points, Bodman, Moog with a double-double for Funk with 11 assists, 14 points, 29 points from buckets, 14 points from Hendricks, and 14 points from McBasketball. Missed shot, that's more like all of Reaper's shots, am I right? South Beach, double-double for JQ with 11 points, 17 points for Davidson Cashmere with a cool and calm 21 points, 22 points for Webb is their team high, but there's 7 turnovers. Davidson with 8. Jeez. Nutty. Mew Fjord, 28 points is your player of the game, Vancouver. And they needed a comeback and a half, 34 to 16 in that final quarter. 18 points extra in that last quarter, only to win by 3. Wow. The scoreline does not do this game justice. Philly almost stole another. 21 points also coming in for Kubinik. And no one else really performing. Fjord and McShooter, the only really decent plus minuses. Billy, Buffalo, 33 points of just over 33, so probably about 35% shooting, 14 free throws. Double-double for Todd Dion and 10 points for Boucher, while 11 comes full the way of Kruger. Just throughout Vancouver, it was barely eked that game in. Lake Superior, 10-point upset over Madrid, Johnny Buckets this time with player of the game to bring 8 points with 12 of 19 shooting. Double for Snake Tippins with 14 assists, 17 points. 11 boards for O'Sullivan, 14 points for Tony Buckets. The rookie Samoa getting 40% of their shots to get 9 points for the game, whilst picking up 4 blocks. Bench unit, Penezas having a slower game. I say his name differently every time. And this is whatever. 10 points for Marcus Rivas, the second, 8 boards. Madrid, what do we see? The Worm, double with 21 points, 14 boards. Double-digit points for the Milk and Turner. No one else able to step up. 14 points for Tex Legacy off the bench is alright. Just not enough. 103 shots for Lake Superior. 19 turnovers, but it's actually the almost double offensive boards. 31 to 14 second chance points. That is a wow. As Moosey pointed out, Madrid never were in the lead. But Frankfurt, they come from behind. They pull an 18-point fourth quarter to send it to OT, where they take it by a point. This was a game they probably did not deserve to win, and yet here we are. Kirk, player of the game with a double, 13 boards, 12 points, picking up 5 blocks and 4 steals. 10 boards coming for Striker and Virgin Tor, whilst Tor also picks up a double to go Swami 17 points. Fellow starters Gordon with 13 points and Diggler with 11. Whilst off the bench, Zach Mouse hits 17 points and Yabor hits 12. Indiana on the other side kinda just massively choked. There's no other way to describe this. They choked. Here in the Denver Center, Simgod 29 points, Von Salina 12 points, 11 boards, pick up a double. Garlic with 27 points, Magnuson off the bench with 10. They shot a slightly better percentage, much less shooting, 79 to only 97 shots. 29 turnovers, killing them. Their starting unit alone having 22 turnovers. No, 22. Wowzers. Indiana are choke artists off the game. We watched the Carolina game. That brings us to Mexico City, San Diego to round out this game. And then we've only got a week left to sim, but there's a few no game days, and then there's a few massive game days. Third, you play of the game with 15 points. 18 points for Phoebe Bryan off 6 of 17 shooting. 14 points off the bench for Porter. 12 boards for Johnny Tsunami and 12 points for Milton. Mexico City, Soderbergh, another another game, another double in another loss. 20 points, 16 boards. What I'm gonna click, what is Soderbergh averaging? 20 points per game, 10 boards. I wonder how they're gonna go. 25 doubles. I wonder what their general chance of some sort of all-star game or something could be. Like, they're a very consistent guy. But are they good on are they just because they're good on a bad team, or are they okay if they're on another team that was filled with stars? Because stars there is not on this team. Ruby 1 of 10, Petrov 3 of 13, Yoon 5 of 16, that's alright, Cambridge 5 of 9, that's alright, both having double digits off the bench. Every other starter sucked. San Diego, big winners here over Mexico City. That ends January 30th. We go to January 31st. So it's one more day before we get to the month of February. What do we see? Anti-Days Imperials, that's close. Orca's one of the better teams, like one of the top teams, one of the worst teams. Unicorn's going to be up against Austin, but they're always a chance. And then Admirals and Generals, both sitting at 500, and they want to go positive instead of going negative. New York getting a win there. Seattle triumphant return to Dub Structor. And chat, I am just... Did people see what I just saw? Yes, Palm, you see it in chat. Everyone at Uber, and congratulate him with a triple-double. Guess what? This is my third sim, and this is the third triple-double I believe there was one on the last stream. So that means that's 4 triple doubles, and I have hit 3 of the 4 in 3 streams. I'm gonna have to wait 2 games to see how he did it. Panama basketball chest himself getting player of the game. 15 points, 8 boards. But also, I wonder actually, that'd be something cool for people to check. Every time there's been a triple double, does that team win? Is this the first triple double in a losing team? I don't know how you'll check it out, but if someone can, that would be muy caliente. Basketball, 17 points for Stanton, 15 boards from a lot. 16 points for Peter the Great, 15 points for Chest. Doing some nice work. Others maybe get rebounds. The first Katasta triple double was in a loss. Only Davidson has won with a triple double. So does that mean so the Tippins, so we've had 4. So you're saying with 4 triple doubles, we've only had 1 winning triple double. Seattle, Philly. No, this is only the first one, bless. They're the second game. Yeah, Davidson has 2, Tippins has 1, and now Fat Belly has 1. Yep, on the New York side, Baz, you had a nice face, 15 boards, 7 blocks. Only 6 points, but nice shooting. Rockman, only most of his points for the free throws. 17 points for Veronica Baker, not a bad effort. 10 points for Jalen Johnson in only 18 minutes, pretty impressive. But look at those second chance points, 22-3. Baz did not let Panama get. New York did not get those defensive boards. Despite having 12, he did not stop them enough. He needed some help down in their paint. Help this man. They have a defensive all-star, and this is what's gonna still happen. You can't allow that. Last here is your Seattle, 108-82. 28 points for Franklin Fitzgerald, player of the game, 50% shooting. 16 points for Selic, who also had 50% shooting. 11 points for Ramsey, who also had 50% shooting. And then Kirkby was 66, and so was Constant. So their starters, probably about a 56-57% as a unit. Bench, slightly lower. Cole Kane, 5 of 11, 16 points. Brown, 4 of 10 for 10 points. Shooting 48% as a team. Philadelphia, 11 boards, huge here. 21 points for Bashir, 13 for Dion, 19 for Buffalo. Duncan Dinko off the bench with a double, 10 boards, 10 points. Close game, not. Those 3-pointers just, and the free throws just smashing win for Seattle. Here we see the double loss. First we'll start with Austin Modberg getting player of the game, 29 points, 14 boards. 10 points, Donuts. 10 points for Johnson. All starters getting double digits. 14 points for Koye, 10 points for Korosek. And yes, the player of the game, Gother, having a nice ball out there. 4 steals as well with these 3 blocks. Cunningham, 15 boards, not much points coming from the bench. Edinburgh, it is all about Captain Fat Belly. 13 boards, 11 assists, 15 points. Only 1 point behind lead scorer Nagata of the game. Nowhere near as much impact for the team. 17 boards for Carl Havoc. Nice effort there. Only other person getting double-digit points is J117. And despite having more shots, they just much worse percentage. 32 compared to 38. So Uber, good job. But also Uber, your team lost. Haha. Last game of the month of January. We get to see Detroit go 5 points up above San Diego. Yuto Kira Cladira, player of the game, 12 points, 10 boards. Striker Mabio Mobi, how did you go? 8 boards, 3 steals, 2 assists, 1 block, 12 points. Not bad, not bad. Only 1 turnover. 14 points for Sunny. Uber, I will tank your team in the future Sims. Don't even go there. Brent Ash, poor game, 10 points, but from a free throw. San Diego, Froby, another 30-point performance. Double-double coming for a third with 11 points, 11 boards. Bench with a pretty decent performance, 19 for Porter and 11 for Milton. We move on to February, and like I said, we get 3 games with no days, but these are all the games. 7, 8, 10, 9. So we have 10, 9, 8, 7, 19, 27, 34 games to go. Pain. I can already feel my voice going. Feb 1st, a lot of games. That's just sim. Madrid, Singapore, nice there. Panama, big win over Penn City. Puerto Rico lose. In Venom, I'm a better team than you, so yeah. The Worm double with a nice win against New Jersey. 26 points for Sui and Turner with 16. 15 for Jones with the bench, not bad. 46% compared to 36%, pretty evident reason for their win. 19 points for Buckets, no one else standing out for New Jersey. Singapore, quiet win, but still big. Points in the paint, dominant, 56. Spontaneous double-double, 18 points, 14 boards. Double-double for Thunderbunk with 15 boards, 14 points. 14 points also for Miller and Ryder. Patrick Money, 14 boards, only 7 points. New York, Ruckman, 21 points and 17 points for Baker. 12 boards for Baz, who also picks up 5 blocks and a steal. 47 points in a quarter. They're just beasts. That's hell. We saw a 40-22 the other game. I can't steal anymore. Good, now you won't go to jail. Panama, 93-70 winners. Basketball, double-double. Chess, you had a nice performance. 11 points, 5 steals, 2 blocks, 8 boards. Staten, 15. Malott, 16 boards, 15 points for Peter the Great. 11 points for B Small Man, only 10 minutes. Oh. Mud City, Yoda, 18 points, 13 points for Woods. Just no one really standing up. 35% compared to 36% shooting. Fast breaks, Panama, 25 points compared to 6. Yeah, that sounds like Baby Yoda. 5 turnovers to 4 shots. Puerto Rico, 56 points. Austin, 23 points for Dunkin' Donuts, 12 points for Johnson, double-double for Mudberg, Gothard, double-double for Okoye, 11 assists, 10 points. Only starter being Kosek not to get 10 points. Live by the RNG, die by the RNG. It's not even RNG, man. Like, I can literally do anything and everything with my players, and it's still shit. Like, it's not TPE, I can't get a team build. 56, but 9 points in that third quarter. Asbane, 15 points. Kane, 11. I went 2 of 16. Fuck me, man. Hang on. So useless. Delphine, 3 of 11. Why are you taking that many shots? Baker, 4 of 16. Why are you taking that many shots? Indiana over Mexico City. Double-double for SimGod, 23 points, 15 boards. Double-double also for Salinar, 10 points, 16 boards. Double-digit points, we see Iverson with 14, Brick Square off the bench with 14, and Magnuson off the bench as well for 12. Mexico, 19 points Solberg, 17 points Petrov, 10 points Ruby, 13 points Cambridge. Ewan went 1 of 15 of 10 3-point shooting. Fixture shit, Mexico City, you need to find something that works. Vancouver beat Detroit, 24 points, Dorian Thomas. All starters but Aaron Baines getting double digits. Double doubles for Mahogany, 10 points, 13 boards. Fjord, 18 points, 16 boards. Kupernik, 10 points. Klink off the bench, 12. That's for you, CK. Detroit, Mabayo, 2 of 7, 9 points, 5 boards. 5 fouls, so you only played 18 minutes. Get your discipline up, buddy. 12 points Cladira, 15 points Jones, 13 for Jarrow, and 11 for Sani. 11 off the bench from Bunny. Frankfurt go down to Lake Superior. Marcus Rivers double-double, 16 points, 13 boards. Starters double-double for O'Sullivan, 12 points and 10 boards. 14 points for Tony Buckets and 14 points for Johnny Buckets. 17 points also off the bench for Pantasus. Frankfurt, 20 points for Virgin Tour, double-double for George Gordon despite going 2 of 11. 11 points, 12 assists. 12 points coming in from Mouse off the bench. Pretty decent shooting. Didn't get enough shots. That team only took 68. They took 68 and got 72. I'm gonna do something quick. We took 80 shots, so they still got more points than us in that little shots. We then go on to Carolina Ontario game. 91 points for Carolina, 10-point victors over Ontario. Bit of a topsy-turvy game. Samir Bashir, well there you go, they got 15 points in the last quarter, so they're behind by 5, ended up winning by 10. Bashir, player of the game, with 25 points, 14 points for Hal Bjorgen and Rose. No one else really standing out on the stat sheet. 8 assists for Renault, 7 for Rose, who also gets 6 steals though, pretty impressive. Ontario, the rookie Defari, 17 boards, 30 points for rookie Richards, 14 boards for Folk, 16 for Ray. Pretty decent effort all round for Ontario, but impressive from Rose and Bashir get the job done. And then we get South Beach versus Vegas. South Beach, 7-point winners. Carlton Cashmere gets 38 points. Double digits coming for Black, Q, Davidson, and Ulaanbaatar off the bench. Vegas, Riggs, Palm, you got 45 points now, so even higher than your last game. 18 for Andrews, and a double-double with his 10 boards, 10 assists for O'Sullivan, 16 points for Steele. Both teams shooting the exact same percentage. The 3-pointers and free throws for South Beach get them across the line. And as Palm yesterday said, collapsed in the last quarter. 24 lead changes, 18 times tied. Good job for South Beach. Brings us on to Feb 2nd. No games. Feb 3rd. No games. Feb 4th. Hey, Riggs player of the game. Wait, good job. No games. We have 3 more days to sim. Here is a 10 game. All but 2 games are going to be in action. It looks like, what are the 2 teams not playing? Panama's playing, that's a surprise. Let me do a nice save this. We're about 50 games into the season, so there's another 30 odd games. The 5th is, no, it's the 6th is the game we are going to be watching. There's what, no Mexico City, and I can't work out what the other team is. Let's sim. New York, 20-point winners. Philly upset Lake Superior, look away. Seattle win by 12. Frankfurt beat Madrid in a battle of the Reds. Puerto Rico win, yippee. About damn time. Panama win. Vegas win. Palm with a nice 32 points. Austin with a 1-point thriller. Ontario upset New Jersey. Vancouver comfortable over San Diego. We won a game, boys. New York beat Carolina in a shit bowl. Rockman 27 points. 13 points for Price. 24 boards for Baz. Is that gonna be... Honestly, Blast, I have no clue. I'm assuming whatever game got played out first, because it was the first game to predict. But who knows? What was I doing? 27 points for Rockman, 13 points for Paz. Baz with a double-double to get 12 points, 15 points for Thompson, 20 points for Zero, 10 points for Johnson, almost 50% of the team. Demolished. Just demolished. Bashir, 12 points, 17 points on Bjorgen, 15 points Brooks, 10 assists for Renov, but not enough coming in the scoring department. Lake Superior go down to Philly. Buffalo with a 39-point game. Double-double for Dion, who gets 23 boards. One less than we just saw Baz get. 19 points for Rocher. Off the bench, Kruger 11 points and Diego 11 points and another double-double with 10 boards. Better shooting coming across over Lake Superior. Most starters having a awful experience at the line. 25 points for Buckets at the team high. Double-double for Tippins. 11 for Buckets. 17 for Pensis. Seattle 12-point victors over Edinburgh. Kirkby 22 points, 10 boards, double-double. Ramsey with 10-10, double-double. Connaughton 15 points, 8 boards, 18 points for Selic, 24 for Fitzgerald. Double-double for Johnson. Edinburgh 14 points, Stone 12 points, Bud 14 boards, Havoc 10 points, Fat Belly off his triple-double. Nagato for 15, 12 points, 11 points for Bernstein, 11 boards for J117. Musha can't afford everyone, but here's the thing. If S1 or keep earning as they do, you're gonna have to raise the cap. A maxed player is 8 mil. So you can only have, if you have 3 max players, then you have 6 mil to sign everyone else. And if you're keeping a team of, say, 8 or 9, it means you can only have, like, rookies or, like, sub 400 TPE with 3 max players. There's going to be an increase in cap. There just is. And if you don't think there is, then I don't know how you think this, like, how they're going to balance it out. Because what they're going to have to do is look at, like, what team mins are going to be. And exactly what Blast said, you're not going to want people... Oh yeah, like a normal season is 9 seasons. You're going to probably find people start peering out a little bit in what would be close to an IRL year, I would expect. Well, it's 8 weeks a season, it's 9 seasons. 9 seasons before aggression. But that's just going to be it. You might still see people leaving FA, but I don't think you're going to see cap be the reason why. Unless there's like one team that keeps all their max earners and every other team only gets like 1 or 2 from S1. That's pretty much the only way I see a person leaving. So like let's take for example Seattle. If they maintain 7 max earners, like top 20, 30 in TPE, then yeah, they're gonna have a problem when everyone needs, say, a 8 mil contract. Supermaxing would be cool. It would, but I also don't see why someone would take it. But you're not raising the cap just to raise the cap. You're raising it on the basis of every player should be signed. Otherwise you end up like the SHL, where half the players don't get drafted because of cap. You're doing your research, you're doing your minimums, and you go from there. Like, yeah, if a team has if one team has 8 max earners and no one else does, it's gonna be different. But if every team has 8 max earners, you can't then just say, nah, not raising the cap, find some way to make them work. It's mainly dependent on how everyone in the league goes. If everyone stays max earning, then you're gonna have to raise it to meet the minimums. If it's only one team that has max earning, then you'll need to. Like right now, next season or two, you're gonna see most teams signing 2-3 mil contracts. So that's gonna be 20 mil. You have buy-in training, which I don't know. You know, if they don't expect most teams to buy it in the future, then you're also gonna, first 2-3 seasons are gonna have 20-30 TPE for free. Some people will care about that. Anyone know what the last game I looked at even was? I think I looked at Philly. No, I looked at Seattle. There's still too many games. I need a break. I don't have anyone ever to join me. I'm not gonna lie, it gets boring to sit here and just talk box scores. Look, this person scored 18 points. This person scored 10. And Gordon scored 13. They won. 40% shooting compared to 28%. Big win for Frankfurt, even though both kind of low scoring. 23 points for Zui, 14 boards for the Worm, but he had pretty poor shooting. Didn't actually have many shots compared to normal. Off the bench, Legacy 13 points. Anyone to get double digits besides Asui. Nice win for Frankfurt Madrid. Bit of faltering in this stream, to be honest. Not as consistent. Puerto Rico get a win. Isn't that a sight for sore eyes? Marcus Kane, player of the game with a double-double. Has been shit shooting, less than 25%. Even Kane's only at about less than 40. I go 1 of 6. That's just great. 1 block, 5 boards. Delphine, 1 of 7. You're taking too many shots. Baker did nothing for no reason. Bogut took 15 shots. It's great to see my lowest scoring taking the 3rd most amount of shots. Wolverine Studios fixture game. 3 assists, 3 steals, 5 blocks, 22 balls. Trying to emanate the way of the A-dub. Yeah, we're going till Feb 7th. The problem is there's like 10 games, 8 games, and 7 games on each day. So it's only say 3 days left. It's about half of the games of the stream. I swear. I didn't even do South Beach. Miami Vice. I'm not doing 21 points for Kashmir. Ulaanbaatar almost getting a double-double, falling 1 board short. It's going to be their much less shots. The O boards that came in 27 to 8. That's going to be a big factor in this game, plus a few less turnovers. Really going to set the way for Puerto Rico's win. Panama. Probably a bit of an upset here against Singapore. Double-double for Basketball v second. 15 points for Standard, 11 for Malot, 20 for Peter the Great. Slightly better shooting. The turnover is about equal, but just a bit more volume. Getting those 3 points to land. 11 boards for Money, 10 points Bucket, 17 points Thunderbunk, Ryder with 13 points. Banks 15 boards and 20 points for double in a losing effort. Vegas, they come out 12-point winners over Indiana. Jerry Riggs, Palm, 32 points. That's what, 40 into 45 into 32. Double-double for Herschel Andrews, 11 assists for O'Sullivan. Miranda with 21, 15 for Surge, 11 for Bryant, 15 for Steele, but Riggs still being the point of offense, despite going over 6 for 3-pointers. Indiana, 30 points for SimGod, having some great performances, but they're not getting the W's from Salinar, 1 board short of a double-double, there's 21 points. 13 points Iverson, 12 points Magnuson. Both teams shooting 47%, but it is the bit of 3-pointers and free throws that get Vegas the win. Austin 1-point victors after coming back with 14 points in the fourth quarter. Mudberg, player of the game, 10 of 20 for 25 points. 18 points for Donuts, 1 board short, same as Gotha from a double-double. 10 points coming in for Kosek. Baby Yoda, 6 of 15, 24 points. He's been quiet. What is your points per game at the moment, Yoda? 28.2. 14 boards for Yara, 11 for Rolf, no one else doing much. Better shooting for Austin, getting a few extra field goals, but extra 3-pointers for Mud City. Free throws going the way of Mud City. Bum says, wait, what, Bum? Kinda don't wanna wait. We'll find out at the end of the stream. Ontario upset, still they're naked. Double-double, 28 points, 18 boards. Double-double for Richards, 26 points for Ray, 15 points for Carly, 1 board short of a double-double, but gets 2 blocks. Simbalake, 15 points. Bugsy Modes, double-double. Missing Buckets gets 26 points. 33% compared to 44% of Ontario. Musha, yes, player of the game. Look at that beard. Look at that goatee. Look at that chest, because you're still naked and don't have a jersey. Hashtag we support nudeness in this league. And then Vancouver, San Diego. Last game of the day, double-double for Dorian Thomas in a 7-point win. Pretty tight game all in all, but pretty much close. Vancouver were down by 8 points, but then coming 8 points to win by 7. Mew Fjord gets a double-double, 21 boards for AA1 Baines. Pretty impressive, but we've seen both a 24 and 23 board game back-to-back. So, kind of falls off there. And 23 points for Kupernik is the team high and equal game high. San Diego, Long Pike goes 0 from 10. Maybe he should go back to training camp. Third, 8 points. Kennedy, 10 points, but he's still 3 of 10. Bryant, he did pretty good, 9 of 25, 23. Off the bench, pretty handy points from Milton and Porter. You sent me the GF folder just now. Yeah, I'll reset that in for next week then. Both teams shooting abysmally below 30%. Not a game for the fans. Okay, we get to Feb 6, which is a live game, Mexico City versus the Unicorns. But let's see what we get from our other games first. New Jersey, big win over Detroit. South Beach, easy clear victors over Ontario. San Diego, breeze past Philly. Madrid, staying back alive, get a win over Panama. Singapore, big high winning game against Austin. Indiana with a mega upset over the champs of Seattle. Vegas sneak by New York. We shall all be expecting Edinburgh to win this game, but let's see if Soderbergh can put Mexico City on their back and actually get a few more dubs. Fat Belly, the most recent person to get a triple-double, the 4th in league history. Let's hope he can maybe try and get a second for his own. Stone Bud Nagato is the player of the games. Petrov with 14 points, and you see Soderbergh averaging a double-double. The only real point of main consistent offense for this team. We hit play. No game sounds. No squeaks. You don't get squeaks. Much better.
Alright, special guest commentator NTG here checking in. Here for Edinburgh at home to Mexico City. Edinburgh starting off well so far, leading by 13 halfway through the second quarter. Nagatoro on 6 points. Increasing the lead out to 13 now. Edinburgh shooting above 56% at the moment in the field. Really going big so far. Great shooting so far. Petrol from Mexico City into double-digit points. Baby, 5 points, 4 assists, going well so far. Could be on track for a double-double. Gap's down to 10 points now. Another stat really showing the tail of this game. Offensive rebounds currently 5-0 to Edinburgh. Edinburgh still has their field goal percentage above 50%. But the gap is reducing down 8 points at the moment with 2 minutes in the second quarter. Petrol 5 out of 7 on the free throw line at the moment. He's really getting there a lot so far today. As we end the half with a buzzer beater from Left Shrimp, leaving Edinburgh up by double digits at the half. Looking at the main stats at the moment for Mexico City, Petrov got 13 points from 5 out of 7 free throw shooting. Young on the bench, 2 points, 5 assists, and the Baby on 5.6 assists. They are trailing Edinburgh by 10, looking at their main stat contributors. Mostly off the bencher. The bencher unit has been really good for Edinburgh. 9 for Shrimp, 9 for Bernstein, 8 for 117, leading the points for Edinburgh. Bench unit, shooting, offensive rebounds are what are getting Edinburgh through this game at the moment. That was my guesting commentary. I'm going to bed. Uber sucks.
Okay, people, I saved you. I fired him. We get back to the main job. And I'm up by 14, like half into the third quarter. You should be really nice to me. I don't know why the salt. Do you want your triple-double taken away, Uber? Huh? Well, do you? Punk! Okay, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Uber's triple-double has been retracted. The league found that one of his rebounds was not actually him. He threw the ball up and off the board to himself defensively to stat pack. Too bad, Uber. They are also going to fine you half of your team's wins. This league has a zero tolerance to Uber's bullshit, and so you guys have been destroyed. If anyone else wants to run the Edinburgh Golden Unicorns, please apply at ubersucks.com.au. Or if you want to do it post, send it to 101010 not for Uber at gmail.com. Basketball is happening. Edinburgh winning by about 20. Anyways, the job is going to CK. CK, you now officially have to leave Vancouver. Yeah, work that out yourself. The Edinburgh Brown Unicorns. Here we come. So it's CK's team. So CK, what would you like the team to now be called? But also good luck trying to up my announcement. I had a whole video, which is the one good thing my team's done in 2 seasons. Something flashed up, I had no idea what that was. 20 plus 5 times for Bernstein. The Anaheim Sabercats of San Jose. Let's go. Edinburgh are getting past the 100 mark. They're close to 30 points. Fat Belly makes 2-point shot. Who cares? Timmy Jimmy with a dunk. Yeah, let's get some energy. Only 25 points behind. Let's go. San Jose go, but you know who goes, Bert? Freaking Palm Lee. Record for single game throwing yards. Holy Palm Lee. Mexico City closing the gap here. It's now only down to 20. From down almost 30, it's now down to 20. What can they do? There's a minute on the clock. Just give the ball to Soderbergh because they're the only one that can actually play basketball on this team. Hey, it's okay. We don't talk about my GM record here. Just talk about it in the super casual. Currently 19-0, reigning champs. We've defended back-to-back games in the new season. Just like Edinburgh take this win here. 103-81. Epic music, be quiet. Yeah, pretty comfortable win. Bernstein 22 points. Double coming in for Fat Belly. 10 assists, 15 points. 2 boards short of another triple-double. Darkness tampered me. I'm not hummus. I don't tamper in live streams. 11 points for Shrimp, 16 for 117, and Bernstein at that 22 off the bench of 8 of 13 shooting. Mexico City, 11 points for Crybaby, 14 for Petrov. Soderbergh with a very off game, only 2 of 10 shooting. Shooting about 13% worse than Edinburgh, having less shots. They actually kept up in O-boards. That's a win. Yeah? Yeah, but they lost kind of convincingly. Nothing much else to be said. Detroit going down by 32. One-time lead change. Pretty convincing. Missing Buckets gets 24 points. 12 for Simbalake. Double Moswick, 16 points, 14 boards. 16 boards for Boardman. Buckets with those 24. 10 points off the bench for Mac Basketball. Shooting all close to 40% compared to Detroit's 29. 14 points for Jones, 10 for Mabayo, 5 of 13 shooting, not too bad. Moby, CK, I will send Nightbot on you. Nightbot is vicious, Nightbot takes no prisoners. I will send Nightbot on you. Bench kinda did nothing for Detroit. South Beach 111 to 99 winners. Kashmir 29 points, player of the game. 4 stars getting double digits, whilst Miami Vice getting 11 boards. Black with 15, Q with 14, Davidson with 18, whilst 2 off the bench, Webb with 12, and Ulaanbaatar with 10 points, 1 board short. See? That's what I just did to Palms Royal. That is a warning shot. Try me, and Nightbot will time you out. Try me. Biatch. Ontario, double-double for Richard, 11 boards, 15 points. 12 assists coming in for Ray, 25 points for Obama, 20 points for Carly, and 50% shooting. Whilst Butter comes in with 33% shooting, but free throw performance gets them to 13. But massively better shooting from South Beach. San Diego, 13-point wins over Philly. Phoebe Bryant, 26-point player of the game with 50% shooting. 17 points for Uther, double-double for Long Pipe. After he's 0-10, he gets 14 points, 13 boards, as well as 2 steals, a block and an assist. 13 points for Milton. Philly, it's all about Buffalo. Buffalo with 32 points because of all his free throw work. Double-double for Dion, 11 points, 10 boards. No one else getting double-digit points, but 12 boards coming in for Hughes here. Shooting just volume whilst being slightly less efficient for San Diego. Edinburgh, we watched this game. Madrid, clap Panama pretty nicely, almost by 20 points. Joe Turner played the game with 14 points. The Rome double-double with 10 points, 11 boards, 14 points for Turner, as we know, is the team high, almost game high. Surif gets 12 points off just 5 of 25, almost about 26-ish% shooting, 27. 12 points for Time, and 12 points for Jones off the bench. 41% shooting as a team compared to Panama's 36% shooting, spearheaded by the game high Stanton on 15, double-double for basketball with 14 points, 14 boards, Melot with 10 boards, 10 assists coming in for 44, 10 points for Jetson in only 18 minutes played. If I have the team in Scotland, I've got to go recruit my Scots. God, there's literally a whole starting lineup of Scotsmen. Singapore defeat and vanquish the Vaqueros. Thunderbird getting back to some form that saw him in the MVP argument last season. 23 points, 11 boards, double-double for Money, 11 boards, 11 points, 18 boards, 11 points, 10 points for Buckets, 12 assists for Miller, 20 points for Ryder, Banks with a double-double, 13 boards, 17 points. Then we go to Austin, Johnson with 12 points, 16 for Mudd, 13 for Courier, 11 for Corsic, but they did worse. They lost the game. They got to get to camp and get some gains. Pulled another Harden. Nice. Seattle, where's Blast? Going 10 points down. God, Sim God, 38 points, 17 boards. What's his points per game? He's going to be pretty... 23, 9 boards. He's 20 of 22 free throws, 17 boards with a block, 17 points for Iverson. Salinar having an off game, but it is Brick Square and Magson getting 14 apiece off the bench that keeps them in it. The 53 free throw attempts, 41 made. That is going to be massive. Where Seattle, Rams are 22 points, Selic 24, Fitzgerald 22, pretty good. Matching on court, slightly better efficiency even, but just those mammoth amount of free throws. Getting it done. 10 boards for Johnson as well, but not enough. New York, Vegas. Went the way of Vegas by 3 points, who were 1 point behind at the end of the third quarter, so they came back. Riggs, 27 points. Second chance points, probably very much helpful there. 46% compared to 42%, so both teams having a pretty decent shooting night. No, 56% that Seattle put up against Puerto Rico, or Puerto Rice as they should be known. Miranda went 11 of 14 for 22 points. Riggs did his work for all the night in 12 of 26. 10 points for Surge and almost 50% shooting. Bright getting 18 points with some nice handy free throws. Save for Steele going 7 of 12 from the line for 11 points. Then we go to the New York Imperials. Past the Rockman, 10 of 16, going perfect from 10 for 10 free throws, 31 points. 12 points for Veronica Baker with 10 boards coming in from Baz with his 5 steals and 3 blocks. Mr. Steele, your ball was coming back. 68 points, yes, that's a great. Almost all those quarters, though. Like, most of them getting up there 45 plus points. This is the type of game of basketball, chopping, changing, 19 changes, 12 times games lead. Both teams had a bit of runs, but it came to the end with the Vegas getting the dub and New York getting the L. Bringing us to our final 7 games. Passion and Imperials pretty close. Both teams would need this win to keep themselves in a nice handy standings. Vancouver should beat Golden Adam Unicorns, send them back to a 500 record. Falcons, they want to go positive instead of negative. Anteaters got to look for some more wins. They just got to stay touch with a team like the Passion, which at the moment they're probably doing. They're just a few games behind. The Sting, also in that conversation with the Passion and the Anteaters. I got up against the Generals, who want to seek back to 500. Blackjacks, big wins, but Mud City working towards 500. Legends getting a few wins, but Vegas are on a roll. Let's see the games. Mr. Wolverine lost by 10. 3 points for Onaba. Singapore, Defiant win. Austin, big win over Panama. Detroit lose to South Beach. New Jersey, Mud City win, and Vegas win. That is all our games for today. New York 10-point winners. Past the Rockman 22 points, 8 of 13 shooting, 14 points for Prize. Baz 12 boards, 3 assists, 3 steals, 5 blocks with 3 turnovers. 14 points for Thompson. Baker going 10 points. Puerto Rico, first quarter, third quarter, dropping them. He has been a good player. That's no longer anymore. 11 points, about 25% shooting. Kane just over 50%, but only 14. Hey, I went 50% for 3-po line. I actually did okay. Double, 21 points, 11 boards. Belfane taking too many shots. Baker, both at -16s. Bogut, 20 boards, 5 assists, 8 points. These 3 blocks and a steal. But he took 4 of 13 shots for a guy with 40 shooting. Why is he taking so many shots? I don't get sim. Like, the most basic principles I know, they just don't actually work. Baz was just like, I own the paint, you can do 3-point shooting. I ain't doing that shit. I ain't moving. Edinburgh coming from into OT. Vancouver forced it, but they hold on back on to clinch. Nagatoro, 24 points, winners, shooting 7 of 16 from field goal and 3 points, because that's all he shot. 10 turnovers for Fat Belly. Woo! Nice job, Uber. 1 of 12 shooting. God, Uber. 5 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks, 10 turnovers. Havoc, 11 boards, 15 points for Stone, 14 points for Bernstein off the bench, both 11 boards for Shrimp and 117. Vancouver, we see 17 points Mahogany, 14 points Fjord, Baines with 12 boards, 23 points for Thomas, Kupinik 15. Clink, how'd you go? About 31% shooting, 13 points. 7 boards to assist, 1 steal, 1 turnover, but 4 fouls. Close win, big win though for Edinburgh. Frankfurt, Singapore. This is about the past halfway. This is where you can really start to see where games are going to start to really matter. Singapore, big winners. Tugboat Rider, 24 points. Double for Thunderbug, 18 and 10. P Money getting double, 10 and 14. 12 assists coming in from Miller. Also want to get 16 off the bench. Bam. Falcons double conversion, 12, 13 points, 10 boards, and no one else getting double digits. No one else getting double digit anything besides that. Very disappointing there from Frankfurt. 28% compared to 51% shooting. It does not work in this league. Singapore, big dub, big dub. Talking about big dubs, Austin, 15-point winners over Panama Anteaters, more like Austin's dinner. Dunkin' Donuts, double digit, 22 points, 10 boards, 21 points for Johnson, 17 for Mudberg Gaither, Akayo picking up 12, and Kosik only 8, the only starter to get double digits. 11 boards for Cunningham, no one else getting double digits. No assists for RDU, easy 18 minutes, that's pretty nice, Panama, basketball with 11 boards, slight 2 of 10 shooting, stats and 5 of 17 shooting for 14 points. Peter the Great, the better shooter of the night for the team with 20 points, but still only shooting 50%. McSwish 11 points, Chess and Jane both getting 14 points on limited opportunities. Yeah, the 11-12% shooting worst does not bode well. We get to a third last box score. South Beach, Colin Kashmir should play of the game in a nice 25-point win. 12 points for Black. Q having a quiet game, going 1 of 8. Davison quiet game. It's all about Kashmir and Uluwatara off the bench with a double, 18 points, 15 boards, 12 points as well for Webb. Some very handy bench players coming in for them. Detroit, Mabaya, you went 2 from 10. 0 of 8 free throws. That is probably the worst free throw shooting I have ever seen. I've seen 0 of 3, 0 of 4, but 0 of 8. Man, it's update day. You know what to update. Work on that free throw, my dude. Damn. 10 points for Jaro, 14 for Sunny, 12 for Big Yoshi. 32% compared to 45 as a team. The penultimate match, Mud City getting a dub against the New Jersey Loser Jacks. They must have busted. Going over 21. Baby Yoda should play the game. 9 of 27. I'm getting deranged. Deal with it. Woods 13 points. Yara with a double. 13 boards, 11 points. 12 board points for McKinley, 16 boards. He also gets a double. New Jersey, Bodman 14 board, 21 points coming in for Bugsy Mode, so that is the highest score for the team. Double for getting both 11 assists and 11 points, 27 points. So I lied about Mogs for buckets. 10 of 23, 7 of 19 3-pointers. Yeah, Baby Yoda needs to learn. He has teammates. Not that their shooting is much better. 4 of 12, 5 of 10, 1 of 6, 2 of 5. Their bench is honestly quite efficient, which is really funny for Mud City. They don't take many shots and don't have the much time on, but they usually always, like, look at the plus minuses. Plus 24, plus 12, plus 18, plus 15, plus 11 for the bot that played 5 minutes. Where the stars was minus 4, 0, minus 13, minus 8, minus 5. It's always the case with Mud City. Ontario ending the night with a loss here to the Vegas Freight Train Volts. 23 points for Riggs with 8 boards, Brandowitz 16 points, Herschel getting 15 points, 12 points, boards, Serge getting 12 points, 11 points, Bright 10 points, steal off the bench. Basketball games are usually played at night, SMH. It's morning for me too, SMH. Ontario, double for De Ferrari, Bouchard, 14 points, 10 boards, I don't know if you're still around. Double for Richards, 14 and 12, beating out De Ferrari, but having worse shooting. 10 boards for Folks, 13 points for Obama, 11 points for Butler off the bench. Just not enough coming through, 38% shooting compared to 42%. 3-point percentage better for Vegas, their free throws are better, more second chance points, whilst having 5 less turnovers. That is our games, ladies and gentlemen. I'll go to the standings and then we'll make sure to go through everything. I don't really bother with division because it's not as important. Conference, so remember we're playing 82 games. Most teams are gonna be hitting 50, just over 50 mark. You look 51, 51, 53, 54. We're starting to get to that mark. Frankfurt's probably played some of the most games here at like 55. So you can see here, very clear top 3. Edinburgh slightly in their own little bubble, and with Frankfurt themselves, nice too, 4th and 15th. Very likely these two teams play, but it's a matter of who gets home court advantage. Then you have New York, Panama, Puerto Rico, and South Beach. Those are your 4 teams probably fighting for those 3 spots. South Beach on a little bit of a tear. Most streak is 2 or 1. Carolina and then Philly both probably falling out comfortably at this rate. While over in the West, just higher top end, Vancouver, Austin, Vegas, and Seattle all occupying within 4 games of each other. You'd probably still got to give the slight favoritism to Vancouver, who have more wins whilst having less losses, so definitely at that better percentage. Then it's a deep gap from 37 wins to 30 for Lake Superior, occupying a bit of their own space. San Diego, Detroit, and Mud City, all in the mid to late 20s in terms of wins. They've got a few game buffer though over Indiana, who are going to have to pull some good magic in the late second half of the season. Ontario, Mexico City are out. I would say 10 games plus behind. So it reasonably stands. You probably can already tell 4 of the 6 teams that aren't going to make playoffs. It's going to come down to a few little battles. So games that Indiana are going to need to get some wins. Any sort of lose streaks that come out from San Diego, Detroit, or Mud City could be massive in opening up the door to a non-playoff start. East, it is South Beach, Puerto Rico, Panama, and New York. Arguably a much closer race. 3 games between those 4 teams compared to 6 games between these 4 teams. We shall go to league leaders. Points per game. It is Jerry Riggs by 0.6 over Baby Yoda. Currently have 9 players shooting at 20 plus per game. Best suitor Shento Thunderbunk. Let's scroll through a bit. So congrats Palm on taking that. Assist is another Crybaby and Miller in another league. You're starting to see all these passing guns. This is their goal. Rebounds goes to Dion, Banks, Baz up there. Bit of a gap then to the next 2. And it's working out nicely for them. 7th, great. Locks, Baz is in a whole other league with a 1.3 league, 1.2 league over Money. So a bit of a dip for your 2.5s. You really start to slow down. Steals, again, Baz, not as clear but as the center doing that. It's damn near impressive. Think San Diego will be in the playoffs? Yeah, I would say that personally, I feel like it's going to be Indiana not making it. I feel like that's going to be a lot more clear cut. Riggs taking actually like 2 attempts per game, but only barely making more than Yoda. Field goal percentage, Thunderbunk, Brandowitz, Ryder, Ramza, and JQ are all above the 50% mark. Baby Yoda, you're actually shooting 46%. Honestly, surprises me. I didn't realize you were actually that high on shooting. Where is Jerry Riggs? He's at a 42 in 38th. So probably efficiency is going to go the way. Yeah, I can do that right now actually for you, Jamal. New York are sitting 24 and 29. Last 10 they've gone 4 and 6. They're going to be in that battle with Panama, Puerto Rico, and South Beach to make sure they make the playoffs. 3 points attempted, missing buckets, just a whole different league. Made, not that far off from Nagato and Selic. 3-point percentage is Salic, Tanner, Fitzgerald, Johnson, Simwick, Nagano dropped down despite having a lot of attempts. Free throw percentage of Buffalo in his own league. Turnovers, though Buffalo also in his own league with the most. Efficiency goes to Baz. This is very dominated by centers. But if we go to per, which I can't do right here. Anyway, double doubles. I've seen 34, which is about 60% of all games. Again, centers and bigs dominating. Small forward, Marcus Kane, one of the highest, but he still classifies as a forward. Point guard is actually Fat Belly with the most, with 18. Triple doubles. We've had Tuvin Davison, Snake Tippins, and new on the board is Fat Belly with 3 point guards. Almanac, because those 2 things I mainly wanted to check. Points in a single game, Baby Yoda 47. Both highest scores are against South Beach, lol. South Beach do not know how to shut down a player. This game, I know Riggs was during this sim. I don't think we saw the Yoda. But I also think, where's Riggs? Riggs had a 40 as well. Assist, Willie Miller, the game we saw earlier, right back at the start. That is a high for the season. 20. Boards. We saw Baz got a 24, but it's actually 27, way up there. Sontavious Banks, pretty impressive effort. Steals, 10 for Johnson, 10 for Asui, drop down. Baz, you've gone on a 7 game. Lots of Philly. It seems like Philly can't hold on to the ball that well. Blocks. 9, 8, 7, what are we seeing? Vegas, Madrid, Detroit, South Beach. Mixture. Most field goals made in a match is 19. So yeah, anyone, is there anything people want to see? Standings, yep. This is the point where if you haven't seen anything, you would like to see anything, let me know. I'll show you. There's the Western Conference, just in case you are interested. At the moment you are, but it is a very close race. You would think, you got 2 games on panel, but if you lose your next 2-3 games, you're gonna you and New York lose 2-3 games, you're gonna be right back onto Puerto Rico in South Beach's grasp. If South Beach win, they're going to be tied with Puerto Rico in their next game. Just to put it in perspective, Puerto Rico have Madrid next, whilst a team, why is none of these teams here? You have the Venom next. Milestone's not there yet. Okay. Anyone else have anything to do, or we are done here, ladies and gentlemen? I can check something for myself whilst I'm here. Yeah, let's go. Send us shooting 3-pointers. Good job, thank you, Palm. Thank you everyone for turning out, like all my regulars. Farewell and sweet dreams for me. Fire will be out very shortly.